This week's episode is brought to you by helium. You want to make your voice sound weird? Then breathe helium. Helium, I'm gonna pass out now.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus Tonight, the only podcast where we may or may not be wearing pants. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt. I'm wearing pants for sure.
Okay, I may or may not be, so we have like a 75% chance of total pantsness.
True.
That's cool. Anyway, today we're talking about Megacolony, and specifically Protect clans on the whole, because last week we bagged on Excel clans, so I figure it's time for Protect to get their due. So, in the last week or so, there have been a lot of reveals for the upcoming Destructive Roar booster set, and almost all of those cards have been Megacolony. So
I think that's good because Megacolony is definitely the biggest question mark of that set, right?
Well, Megacolony's been a question mark across the board.
That's true. That's true. But you look at something like Spike Brothers, you're like, okay, we kind of know what they're going to be doing at any point.
Yeah.
You look at Tachikaze, you're like, well, they showed their mechanic already. We're like, well, what the hell?
Yeah. And then now Megacolony. So in everybody's head, it should be, okay, so it's going to be about stunning stuff, but even from the beginning of Vanguard, it's never been especially potent.
Right. And the real big problem with Megacolony from the throughout Vanguard is they have all this stuff and then nothing to punish your opponent for it.
Yeah.
Like, your opponent just gets to sit there and be like, hey, you're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. So neither of us are doing anything. And if you have to spend your Vanguard to make me not do something, that means my Vanguard still does something.
Yeah. I mean, like, they used to, like, near the end of the G era, you had Overwhelm, but, like, everybody else got a crit and a quad drive, so that was nothing special, you know?
Well, that card was sweet.
Yeah.
But also needed to exist, like, way before. Because, by the end of G era, everything was kind of absurd. Overwhelm was, like, good, but not, like, busted.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, everyone's response to that was like, well, Megacolony is not supposed to be about killing the opponent. It's supposed to be about grinding them out. I'm like, okay, that's great and everything.
Every single deck in this game is about killing your opponent.
Or it should be, anyway.
Well, I mean, the way to win the game, minus some small shit, is deal 6 damage to your opponent.
Yeah.
So you need to kill them at one point.
It seemed like Link Joker at least figured that out regarding Chaos with things like Glue Ball and stuff like that, where you locked their board down so they were either losing or hemorrhaging resources, and then you finish them off with this big board of like, all right, plus 15k to my front row. You got enough cards that you haven't been drawing for the last 3 turns? No? Okay, you're dead. Whereas Megacolony, you had like, I don't know, fucking, Machining Destroyer stunning their Vanguard and like hoping that works out.
Mm-hmm.
Or, fucking Overwhelm. Okay, I am going to draw 3 cards and then quad drive this turn, then draw 3 cards and then Optorandus. And it goes on and on and on like that. To the point of like, Megacolony decks would run 2 GB8s because they could and because you had to.
I mean, what else are you gonna play?
Yeah, but like not killing someone with the GB8, you were losing anyway. But to Megacolony, it's just another fucking Tuesday for them.
Yeah, and Megacolony's had this problem for a long time. So every time they got something like super sweet via like even in old sets, almost immediately people would hype up Megacolony. They'd be like, oh shit, look at this broken shit. And then you would play them and be like, how do I win?
Like, when, what's the break ride?
What's his name? Not Stag Beetle. Is it?
No, it's not Stag Beetle. It's freaking, anywho, that guy.
I'll look it up while you keep talking.
Yeah, people were like, oh, like when that guy first came out, or when it's like first spoiled or whatever, people were like, oh my god, this guy's so busted. He like
Stops your opponent from using their Vanguard. And then like you were like, A, this doesn't win the game, and B, it's break ride era, so your opponent probably has like 50,000 J3s.
Yeah. Cyclomatooth was the name we were looking for, by the way.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Cyclomatooth. And also, this was fucking BT15. When was the last time Megacolony got support before this? BT04?
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the first Megacolony support in over a year.
Yeah, and sure, this is a pretty solid break ride because it's free. You don't have to counterblast or anything. But like you said, there's like, I carry a bunch of grade 3s in my hand on purpose. So this is a bad time.
I mean, I guess there's just the other like side point of them just not having enough support for this even to make sense.
Yeah. Well, then there was and the G era equivalent of Cyclomatooth was Obturandus himself, or Amadeus as I called him, but who was the exact opposite of Cyclomatooth, which was you counterblast 2 and the opponent can't call rear guards during the current turn and the turn after that one.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, of course, in an era where your rear guards mattered a lot more than your Vanguard.
Right.
To the point where it kind of became a meme. Do you remember the thing where people were like, it should be called Card Fight Rear Guard now? Meh.
No, I'm pretty sure only you said that.
I didn't even agree with it. Wait, you mean now? Or...
No, like, even at the time. Like, I remember like you like making fun of it, but I never actually heard anyone say it.
Oh. Well then.
Like, yes, rear guards were really important, but really what was important is just like... I mean, your Vanguard alone couldn't win the game, and that was kind of the point people needed to drive home.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, it kind of put a pin in multi-attack decks of the time, such as, Gear Chronicle or Grand Blue or whatever, but, like you said, there's no way to follow it up, so you're just like, alright, I guess I get a turn to put my thumb in my ass? What's the plan here? So that leads us to now. What's it looking like now that we have like a week of mostly Megacolony reveals?
So what we've noticed the most about the Megacolony reveals currently is that there's a lot more ways that Megacolony has to gain power.
Yeah.
So they pretty much
Megacolony got a lot of power gain late into G era, like way too late, and like by that point it was kind of like not enough.
Yeah.
Because everyone else had like, here's a ton of power gain, and then everyone was like, yeah, now rear guard. That's why rear guards were hitting really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Megacolony was like, oh, we have like the same want, and then they got it, and it was like less than everyone else, which is like not great.
Well, I mean, the main way to gain power was through Overwhelm, which gave power for every face down card in the opponent's damage. And
right.
This is in an era where everyone's like, I got about a fifth of my deck is devoted to countercharging, so,
Which is not enough.
Yeah. Before this week, the cards we know of, aside from, the 15k grade 1 with the shields, we have Phantom Black, who you drop a card, at the end. Okay, you drop a card when it boosts, and then it gains 6k, and your opponent can't call normal units from hands or guard circles. So, off of that alone, that's like, okay, it seems like this is a way to try and finish, almost, where you can kind of, like, overwhelm the opponent with a Silent Tom type skill.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also got, what's his name? Bloody Hercules. So 9k grade 2. When it appears on rearguard, you can Soul Blast and have this unit gain power plus 6k. Okay, more power gain. And then also on Vanna Rear, when it hits, you countercharge, and one of your units gets another plus 6k. So before this week, what we know of is, alright, Megacolony has some countercharging and power gain. Now, what does that mean going into motherfucking... Oh, wait. I forgot about whatever this butterfly girl was.
To draw a PG.
No, not the draw PG. It's the 6k grade 1 when placed, you rest it. If you do, choose another rear guard, it gets plus 10k, and if you chose, at the end of the turn, you put the unit you chose into soul and countercharge.
Oh, right, I forgot what that card.
So, yet again, more resource gaining and power, and what is it all for? Well, going off of, like, the earliest reveal from this last week was Nasty Smog, which is a grade 2 9k, and on rear, all of your opponent units in the same column as this unit can't intercept, period. And then also, all of your opponent's units in the back row as him in the same column can't stand during the stand phase. So just free.
Stop doing stuff.
It's free. I hear a lot of people are planning on just putting him in the back and keeping him there.
What?
I mean, against non-Kagura for whatever reason. Because if it's all in the same column, then you can be like, all right, just this column is going to be a stalemate for the whole game unless you're Kagura, which...
I guess.
I mean, what do you think about it?
I mean... I don't think that enough again, I don't think you want to play this card.
You don't?
It doesn't do anything proactive. It, sometimes lowers the how much shield your opponent has by 5k, which is a fairly small amount.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the standing is sometimes relevant. That's, the only ability you might play it for. But I don't even feel like this is, worth a card.
In the mirror match, it's pretty good because you can fuck over the Phantom Black thing, but
I mean maybe, but we're gonna have 7 decks, and this is gonna be maybe okay in a couple matchups, and it kind of depends how popular Kagura is past that.
Yeah, I mean Kagura is the master of killing back row stuff, so putting him in the back row kind of defeats that purpose. Maybe it's a nice tech, but.
Calling grade 1s is a really big risk too because they're 10k shield, and if you play them, you lose that.
Yeah, I think the only time you really want to commit a lot with grade 1s is Royal Paladin because they'll recoup themselves. So
right. So you don't have but calling a booster is kind of a big risk, and this just kind of makes it well, if they call a booster and they and they've boosted and I'm not dead, and then I can call this and then. Not kill them and they can't stand it. It's I don't know, not great.
This would be a pretty crazy grade 1 though, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it'd be much better as grade 1 because then it's an 8k booster, then it just kind of sits there and is annoying.
Yeah.
Especially if the sort of skill is a little better, but then you have to actually call a grade 1, which sucks.
Is your philosophy on grade 1s just don't call them unless you really, really have to?
I mean, calling grade 1s is pretty dangerous. It is a big shield investment to field. Yeah. And so, your grade 1s have to be pretty good in order to, want to play them.
I think in non-force or cell plans, you're going to have to... You have to play your grade 1s to hit.
Right, yeah. That's definitely true.
So, because there's not a lot of these, all right, when you attack a Vanguard, get 2k so you can just hit it. No, it's just... As of right now, I think you have to commit more to really hit.
Or you just keep slamming at them with huge Vanguard, and then you just don't worry about. And eventually they have to run out of PGs.
Not if they're a Protect clan, but yeah, makes sense.
Well, the assumption here was that we were playing against Force.
Yeah.
Please stop moving the goalposts. Thank you.
Well, I wasn't trying to, but fine. There's also this weird. Do you know what this thing's name is? It's a 6k grade 0. This thing with the megaphone. It looks like a fly.
It's machining. It's machining something.
We'll just call it machining something because fuck it. So 6k grade 0, and when it.
Hornet.
Hornet. Okay. Did we ever get a machining Hornet?
We have a machining Hornet now.
Well, no,
so when it attacks or boosts, if you hit the Vanguard, you can look at top 6 to find a grade 3 and then add it to your hand. And then if you do, and this card's on rear, because this ability works on Vanguard for some reason, you put it into Soul. This card is sweet.
Yeah. So, yet again, more Soul stuff. And what is it all for, you may ask?
Who knows?
Well, this morning on the stream, we got Machining Stag Beetle. So...
Is it the same art? It's almost the same art.
I think they literally just took the art from before and moved the camera over about 4 feet. So it's
added a couple missiles and said, "Bam, got it."
So instead of the front view, you get a 3/4 view and then missiles.
Yeah, and he does the same thing.
So, on Vanna Rear, when it appears from hand, call up to 2 cards from your soul rested. And if it's on Vanguard, during the turn that it gains the power of the things you called if it was on Vanguard.
Wait. This thing works on Rear now?
Yes, it does.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so much better.
Excuse me? Why are you just allowed to do this?
I don't know, Warden from Holes. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, this is just sweet. Like this card, like this is the best upgrade Machining Stag Beetle could have hoped for.
You know what? I love that they're keeping the subclan thing, so in Premium you can still do all the machining crap you normally do.
Except now you're on a 12k base, and this card works on Rear for some reason.
Yeah, and it works on Rear, and then also like you still can. You beat me to it. I don't know why I started.
I already said all the things.
You said all the things, and I was dumb, and yeah. This thing is great, and then lastly, there's Machining Spark Hercules. So, you want to take this one?
Yeah. So he has 2 skills. The first one is an act on Vanguard Circle only. Once per turn, counterblast 2. Choose 5 of your rear guards, stand them, and they get power plus 5,000 for that turn. Pretty decent. And then choose all of your opponent's units, rest them until the end of turn, and those units until end of their turn. Those units get power minus 5k.
Go on.
And then he has another skill. You can Soul Blast grade 2. You eat a grade 2 to Soul. And then you have this unit gain power plus 5,000 for every rested unit opponent has. So if they have full field for some reason, they're playing Royal Paladins, this is plus 30k for eating a grade 2.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, and you can, in the skills combine in some way.
Yeah.
Where you can say, okay, I'm going to counterblast 2, rest all your shit. They are weak until my turn, and then I can eat a grade 2 to get big, or you can just eat grade 2s to get big and not care.
Yeah. I do like that you can combine this with Stag Beetle, and both of them have the Protect gift. By the way, we should have mentioned that, but. Mm-hmm. It does kind of suck that Spark Hercules doesn't have a rear guard skill, because that would be kind of nice if it was interchangeable. But
we should say something about his first skill. It's all of your opponent's units get power minus 5,000.
Oh, wow.
All of them.
Oh, hi there, Alfred. You want to be 8K for the turn? No?
Yeah, 8K grade 3s or 7K grade 3s or whatever. So this is kind of an additional plus 5k power your guards are getting.
I don't need no forced gifts. I'll make my own.
Right?
Yeah. That's
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, compare this to the Spark Hercules from the days of yore. So the original one was Limit Break 4. You counterblast 2 machinings. So when it attacks a Vanguard, all of the Van and Rears are rested. You can pay the cost if you do. He gets 10k in a crit, and then choose one of your opponent's rear guards and it can't stand.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did it have like a hope you had to jump through, it was like, okay, I get 10k in a crit and I stun something. Cool. This is like, all right, your whole field, fuck you all, and I'm big now, and my whole field is big. So, haha.
Pretty good.
Yeah. It seems like, well, because we thought with, what's his face? Phantom Black, originally, and this is Root Beer's thought, not mine, that the idea was you kind of use your protectives in an aggressive way, where it's all about, like, you drop a card to try and, like, gut punch them before stuff really gets out of hand. And, I mean, at least it seems like that, with Spark Hercules, that you can kill them fairly easly.
Sure.
It almost seems like they have too much resource gain for what it is, though.
What do you mean?
Like, all right, you counterblast 2, and then we have from these reveals 2 cards that can countercharge for you. Compared to Nova Grappler's 0.
Right, because the idea here is that they expect people playing these decks to go long.
Yeah.
Meaning that, like, the countercharge is more necessary because your games are going to go longer. Now, I do think there's a bit of a mistake for them here in that it's also going to go long for an overgrappler in some cases, especially in cases where you don't give them damage.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like miss that point somewhere along the way.
I mean, hopefully, if it goes that long, they're dead by the time that becomes a problem.
Well, like Nova, if you only give them a couple counterblasts at a time, like, or you give them like one, and they're like, do I spend this or do I save it? And wait till they give me another one and not call anything. Yeah. And your opponent's gaining more and more advantage, and then bad times.
I mean, this also like feels patently different from OTT.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that they're doing this, because Protect seems so generic for what it was.
Right. And this somehow, some way, has kind of differentiated itself.
Yeah. Probably because I'm sure the aesthetic is helping. Because with OTT, it's like, gods and goddesses and statues and shit, and this is like fucking criminal bugs. Gonna kill you.
Well, we see they're keeping the stun and like that kind of stuff, but they're not like going all in on it like they did before.
Yeah.
Like, there's like other things going on, so it's not boring and silly.
Yeah. Speaking of...
That was a mistake they could have easily made again. It's just, like, oh, here's the same boring Megacolony. It's just like, with no payoffs. Like, I'm going to stun your stuff and, like, never kill you.
Yeah. Another card I wanted to mention was something called Burner Ants, which was an 8K grade 2 that you can rest it, and you choose an opponent's rear guard in the same column as him, and move it to an opponent's empty rear guard circle. And then also you can drop a card, stand him, and give him 5K. So that's another discard cost for a thing, which, cool. But I do think that, like, forcibly moving something to somewhere else, possibly, to the disadvantage of your opponent, is a novel concept.
Right. Like shoving grade 2s behind other grade 2s, forcing them to, like, intercept or whatever.
Yeah. Or you could, or like, let's say you're playing against Royals and they have a Star Drive Dragon or something. You go, all right, put that behind Vanguard.
Right.
Stuck with it now. Yeah, cool.
Get out of there forever.
Yeah. So it's like a way of indirectly dealing with something without it seeming too much like Kagero or whatever. Right. And like it or not, this is a control mechanic. Do you think that Megacolony is going to lean more into control as we get more reveals, or?
I mean, I think that's the entire idea of the Protect gift as a whole, is that they want longer games, and have more have powerful ways of finishing it, much like Control decks elsewhere. So yeah, I think they're trying to line up with the idea of doing something powerful later, but taking time to get there, or like just having to wear your opponent out of resources, which is sometimes a problematic place to be, but just because the grind game can be really hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Or at least hard to balance.
I mean, at least with this, you have ways to continue playing the game as opposed to Link Joker, where you just had to let it happen.
Right. Just take it.
Yeah. I wonder what the deal is gonna be with Grand Blue. Where, like, we got an episode of the anime where you see Bastard on the boat, and he's like, "We pirates never lose," and then we just never see anything. So,
he lost. So
yeah, he lost.
Pirate.
But we don't get any effects or anything like that.
I mean, in order to keep the pirates never lose thing, he has to not be a pirate if he loses, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
We also got a glimpse of Goki, the character who plays Grand Blue. We got a glimpse of his deck because he had it fanned out. And there's a lot of other returning units, so it seems like Bushiroad is really...
Dancing Cutlass.
Yeah. Dancing Cutlass, Dragon Undead, Skull Dragon, Ghoul Cannonball.
Although, we would have legit reason to be upset if Dancing Cutlass wasn't in here.
Why?
I mean, it's Dancing Cutlass. Like, why would you want to play this game if Dancing Cutlass wasn't in Grand Blue?
I mean, Dancing Cutlass never really wowed me for what it was.
What? That card is sweet.
It was fine. I mean, You had a rough
Just draw a card on it, Atlas.
Yeah.
It also puts 2 things in your soul into your drop.
Yeah.
Which is much better.
True. Oh, Protect Clans.
Yeah, I think it's going to be... DI might be pretty sweet in the same regard, because they're a Protect Clan, but they don't really have the luxury of games going on for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because they're going to deck out.
Yep. I wonder if they're going to do something like Blader Mouse.
Right? Or like Gil.
I'm sure like something Gil-esque is going to happen.
I imagine they're going to gain a lot of power and gain a lot of crits.
Yeah. All right. Plus 20k power, 2 crits. My name is Aman. I am a tree.
Yep.
Are you going to play them when that happens, or
DI? Probably not.
Oh.
Well, I need to play Dimension Police.
Oh, that's right. Which
and maybe Murakumo. We'll see.
On the stream, they showed Art of Dayusha again.
Yeah, it's just art, and it's like, okay.
No.
What is this for?
Didn't even get you excited a little bit?
I mean, I want the effect. So, like, we've already seen the art.
Yeah.
Like, showing me the same thing, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, nice. And they showing me it again will not have the same reaction. It's going to have a strictly worse reaction. Now I just think they're being jerks.
I mean, they do tend to do that with card reveals, where they'll like show the big
like,
cardboard
ooh, check
cutout.
this out a month later. Ooh, check this out. You've literally already shown us this.
I think Bushiroad tends to forget that like other people have the internet too, because like they'll show the big cardboard cutout, like, check this out. Oh, cool. And then like 2 weeks later, all right, this is the reveal for today. But we saw that 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
But we didn't put it on our website. Well, we know, but like people have Twitter and stuff, so.
All right, let me tell you about this invention called the cell phone. So what you can do is you can take pictures and you can immediately put them on the internet.
No fucking way.
I know.
I like to think that the Bushiroad CEO is just like an old dude who's like, these kids with their newfangled cell phones, they're not gonna see our pictures.
Same.
Another reveal. This doesn't have to do with Protect Clans, but I just wanted to mention it because it tickles me. There was a Spike Brothers card revealed called White Tight End, and it's a bear in a football uniform. It's an AK grade 1. It says when it attacks, if you have 4 or more rear guards during the battle, he gets plus 10k. So there is quite literally a giant awkward bear in Vanguard now. No? Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we're waiting for the Great Nature one specifically.
What, Polaris? I really hope if they bring back Polaris, he's good, because I loved his art, but his effect was terrible.
I would imagine. What did Chris play?
The character or our friend?
The character.
He did Leopold first, and then Polaris later, I think. So, yeah, because Polaris came out set 9, I think.
I wonder if it's going to be Leopold or Polaris. But this is so far in the future, who knows? This is like past October, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely horrifying.
We don't even know what kind of clan Great Nature is to begin with, so.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, we don't know that somehow. Yeah. Can they please tell us stuff? That'd be great.
Yeah, I really just want to know what it is, so we can finally do our episode. We're like, all right, guys, this is what it is.
Right, and then you're like, is it going to be good? Who knows?
Yeah. I feel like I should play a Protect clan just for the balance, because I don't have one, or I haven't.
Yeah, you'll play Great Nature.
If it turns out to be one, sure. But
ho 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 ho.
I'm okay with it.
What's the current assumption? Force.
That's my guess anyway. And then with that, making Neo Nectar excel, and then the Sudoku theory is complete. But we don't even know if that's going to happen. So
I think most people would probably agree with that guess. But whatever.
Yeah.
Force kind of makes sense, I guess, but you're like just always throw it on rearguard circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like protect like while being like everyone had this thing like protect doesn't help you win the game.
Yeah.
But I feel like for OTT's case, like its finishers are very strong.
Well, yeah, because
like there's like a lot of different strong finishers between Imperial Daughter and that deer.
Yeah.
Like the deer seem like John said last week, the deer seems slow, but having just 2 crits on your opponent is like, oh god, like please stop.
Yeah.
So I'm like pretty impressed with
what they're doing so far, because
with how they've handled OTT in the first set.
Yeah, and how they're handling Megacolony, like it's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And
it definitely makes Protect clans look very appealing, and I'm not even and so I kind of want to play one, but I'm not even sure which one I even want to play.
Well, I'll let it happen organically. There's still more clans to be revealed and stuff.
I want to buy Misaki Protect markers. They're very expensive.
I bought into an Aichi per Force marker, and it was like a lot for what it was.
Yeah, have you seen the stupid Misaki one though?
Yeah,
it's $60 sold out basically.
Good lord! And
right?
That's like U.S. money, or is that like?
I mean that's like Japanese money, so it's probably more expensive here for some reason.
Well, yeah, because waifu tax. And also the thing with Protect clans is you're like showing them to the opponent. As opposed to Force and Excel markers, you're putting them down and then putting cards over them. So it's not really a big deal as to what it is.
Yeah, if you play trash clans like Nova Grappler, it's much cheaper.
I do hope that they I wish there was a way you could just buy 8 each of each marker where it's just
I'm pretty sure Nova Grappler is a $50 deck in Japan.
Wow. That is a very good way to get started.
It's just like no one wants to play it because all the other stuff is sweeter.
Yeah.
The VR prices are like 30 across the board, and then Riser is 10.
Shame.
Happens.
Even Alfred is better than... Wow. Good lord.
Mm-hmm. I think while even the Royal Paladin was really vanilla, I think Force is just really strong.
Yeah. As the name implies. I wish there was
Kagero is just Force with more bullshit, so it's a little better.
Of course. I wish there was a way that you could buy just a bulk set of gift markers where it's just the generic thing you get in the TD.
Oh, I see.
You get 2 with each trial deck, and then a third one that has either Blaster Blade or Draconic Overlord on it.
All right, but consider this: you could just buy 8 Misaki Protect markers. That's only $500.
Yeah. Nah, man.
On cards that don't even matter.
Yeah. And
they're not even playable cards. They're just things you add to your hand. It's like altering tokens in Magic. It's let's do it.
Yeah. Regarding the control elements of Megacolony, forgot to mention this before. Mm-hmm. How close is this to Magic's control metrics?
I feel like OTT is a little closer.
Really?
Because they have more filtering and digging.
Yeah.
And Megacolonies is kind of slow.
Slow?
Because you're not actively gaining advantage. You're just kind of stopping your opponent from attacking you, which is sometimes turns into advantage.
Yeah.
But against some matchups, that doesn't turn into advantage.
Well, like Kagero or
right. There's some decks in Magic that are control decks based on removal. But if you're not playing against a creature deck in Magic, this deck does nothing. If your opponent's not actually playing creatures, you just lose.
I mean, a lot of the with the Hornet and everything, it was about you search for a 3, it goes into Soul. Hopefully that 3 is Stag Beetle, which you then get your cards back, and then
right,
go back into it.
Well, my point is simply that how do I say Megacolony is not gaining advantage or filtering to cards that are important might come back to hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
Just because, against decks that don't need to call out of rear guards, you're going to be in a much worse spot than you would otherwise.
Yeah.
So, something to think about.
Yep. Anything else to add about this, or?
No, I think Protect is coming along sweet. Like, I want to play Protect Clan. I'm just not sure which one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully your journey inward will, fix itself. So.
Well, we'll see. But like, what else is Protect that we? How many more Protect Clans do we have that we don't know?
Let's see. There's.
Am I supposed to just play Link Joker or something?
Grand Blue and
DI,
Angel Feather.
Oh yeah, Angel Feather seems really obnoxious. But I don't want to play Angel Feather. It says United Sanctuary on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to have anything to do with it.
So
look, I have a problem, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to play a Force Clan. That's definitely going to happen. And I'm probably going to play an Excel Clan. And I want to play a Protect Clan, but I'm not sure which one. Sounds
like a plan.
Yep.
All right.
I'm definitely playing. I need to max rarity of Force Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Now the real question is, do I need origin rares of Dayusha? All these tough decisions.
I'm not sure. What?
You're supposed to say yes. Of course you do.
Yes, of course you do.
All right.
Okay.
There we go. See, was that so hard?
No, it wasn't.
All right.
All right. Well, you can find us on Twitter at Nexus at Night, or me at Atlas Novak and Matt at Wiggums, and
wow, not even letting me do it anymore because I keep forgetting.
It's faster, right? Do you want to keep doing it? You can.
No, I want to harass you about not letting me do it this one time so I can forget in future times.
Gotcha. Sounds like a plan. I mean, like, some podcasts have one guy do it, all some podcasts have everybody.
Oh, I'm just giving you a hard time for the sake of giving you a hard time. Like it doesn't even matter what happened. I'm just looking for a way.
Yep. All right. Well, till next time, I was Atlas.
I'm still Matt, as it turns out.
And have a good night, everybody.